Guys, good morning. Look at that sun. What a morning in Dublin. I am up and at it early and heading up the north, heading right up to the top of Ireland for a bit of motocross. A place called Magilligan. First time out on the new bike. It's lying in the shed about 3 months now, it must be, and I just haven't got out on her. So looking forward to a good day out on the bike. I want to tell you, whoa, that sun is bright there. I want to tell you why you should definitely not miss out on this opportunity, and I'll even give you 25 bucks for free to get started if you're not started yet. Okay, let me get around this roundabout. Oh be God, it's terrible complaints when you're complaining about sun. Never do that in Ireland, Dinny. By the way, stopped eating food last Thursday. Didn't eat any real food until this morning. Had my scrambled eggs, so I ended my 5-day fast pretty much into the 6th day, but feeling really good. Want to give a shout out to my wife as well. Don't know if she watched my videos, I don't think she does. Because it was her first time ever doing an extended fast. I've done plenty of fasts. I've done water only 5 days, I've done water only 6 days, loads of times. So it was my wife's first time ever doing a fast other than 24 hours, and she nailed 5 days and didn't complain as much as me. So there you go, the women have the mental strength. But feeling really good, and now just heading to over to my mate, and we're heading up the north for a day's motocross. It looks like it's going to be an awesome day, so it'll be a bit of crack. But anyway, get to the point, Dinny. Remember your daily exercise and ignore the scammers, guys. Please, any new people, be careful. There'll be fake crypto with Dinnies. Just ignore them. It's very easy to imposter a page. I can imposter your page if I want. I just screenshot your profile picture and I call myself whatever your name is, and then I start messaging your friends and they think they're talking to you, and it'll be a disaster for you. But anyway, that's my life. The opportunity, guys, okay, this is a binary opportunity, which means it either works or it doesn't work. There's no half chance that it's going to work. What's crack, Jack? Good to see you on. Who else is on there? Christian's on, Mick's on, the early boys. What's the crack, man? A few other people on. Guys, if you wouldn't mind doing your daily exercise, that'd be absolutely awesome. It helps the channel. Just give the like button a press, and if you're not subscribed, click on the subscribe and join the community, because the plan here is to teach as many people as possible how to retire early. Remember, you will own nothing and be happy. I don't think that's a good idea. I think you should own some Bitcoin, just in case when you own nothing you're not happy. At least you'll have some Bitcoin. Okay, and remember, this isn't any nonsense. You're being told this stuff, and if you look around, you can see what's happening in your world today, as your freedoms are being taken and taken and taken and taken, and the world's been run by bankers. Like, that's what the WEF is. It's a banker fund. Okay, so very, very dangerous times ahead for people who don't understand, you know, how our world's going to change over the next decade. So with Bitcoin, it's binary. It either works or it doesn't work. Okay, and this is why I teach people. This is a bet that you should take. Every week I get people in the Crypto with Dinny office, and I'm doing consultant sessions, and we're building their plan. I'm building their portfolio for them. Okay, and every week I have to do the same old spiel, and I explain to them this. Like, there's risk. Of course there's risk. Bitcoin's only 13 years old. Alright, so that's the risk. When I'm investing into gold, I'm investing into a 5,000-year-old asset. Okay? When I'm investing into Apple, I'm investing into an asset that's, I don't know how old Apple is, but it's got to be decades. Alright? But Bitcoin's just over 1 decade. So there is an element of risk. Alright? But the asymmetry of that is that it's got outsized returns, and that nothing has given the returns that Bitcoin has given over the last 13 years, alright? But what about the next 13 years? That's what we're interested in. How's Bitcoin going to perform? Alright? And remember, this isn't financial advice, because I'm not a financial advisor. People say, Dinny, what's your qualification? And I'm like, there is no qualification in Bitcoin. There's just people who spend tens of thousands, or maybe hundreds of thousands of hours, God only knows at this stage, studying this thing, and there's people who haven't. And that's it. There's no Bitcoin school, there's no Bitcoin certificates or diplomas yet. Okay? It's just proof of work, it's called. You know what I mean? If you're in good shape, that's called proof of work. It's because you actually work out and look after yourself. Alright? That's how Bitcoin works. Proof of work technology is Bitcoin's consensus algorithm. And understanding Bitcoin is proof of work. If you've done the work in it, you can understand it and you can teach other people. Also, the fact for all my haters that love to hate on me, what's your qualification? Yeah, like that. It's like, yeah, okay, alright, I'm not a financial advisor. If you want to get a financial advisor, you know, go ahead, get a financial advisor. But was your financial advisor did he have the ability to retire in his 30s? I doubt it. Okay, so I prefer to, all my life I've got training off people. Alright, and I'm not saying never ask for certificates or anything, but to me that stuff doesn't matter. What's more important, alright, is if they're talking the talk, are they walking the walk? Okay, so if someone's going to tell me they're going to do something, I don't need to see their certificate, I just want to know they can do it. And that's my argument. But anyway, so Bitcoin's binary, guys. Binary just means it is or it isn't. It's yin or yang. Okay, and it's pretty simple here. Bitcoin either goes to 1 million, and then it goes to 10 million and 100 million, and it becomes global money, or it fails. Like, I don't really see how Bitcoin can work any other way. Now, it might take 100 years for that to happen, okay, or it might take it might take longer, or it might only take a decade, or it might take 20 years. All right, but it is binary. When you understand Bitcoin and how it works and what its value proposition is, it either works or it doesn't work, okay? Come on, pigeon, get out of the way. So in that instance, alright, even a tiny amount of Bitcoin today, just like a tiny amount of Bitcoin a decade ago, so even if you have no conviction in it, you think this thing's an absolute scam, it's just fake internet money, and it's going to go away, and you're ignoring the fact that 3 times, you're calling it a tulip bubble, and you're ignoring the fact that a tulip bubble happened once, it was once, but Bitcoin has had 3 massive bubbles now, and it's about to go into its 4th. And that's why you should try and understand this thing before we go into the 4th. Because people who understand it before we go into the 4th bubble are the ones who are going to be retired in 2 or 3 years. You know, and that's just the way it is. That's the way it's always been. Okay? So, even if you think all that, that it's absolutely not worth touching, you should still go and buy yourself 100 quid's worth. Just as insurance. Imagine this thing became global money, and you bought global money when only 1% of the world had understood it and owned it. Well, even at 100 quid, you're probably still going to be okay, and you're going to have a serious retirement plan. And it's crazy. Now, it might take 100 years to get there, so just for the sake of your kids or your grandkids, you know, not financial advice, but I think it's really foolish at this stage not to own some Bitcoin. Now, I don't mean buy Bitcoin on Revolut, as rookies do, or buy it on an exchange and leave it on an exchange. You know, that's a sure case for disaster. You will lose your Bitcoin. I mean, actually understand how to take self-custody of it. You know, understand what a wallet is, how to set up a wallet, and own the Bitcoin yourself. So like a gold coin, your family can own that and keep it in your safe, or keep it in a bank deposit box and pass it down for generations. You know, that's what they do in India. Gold is what they pass down through the families. And in loads of other countries. Well, now you have the ability to own digital gold, okay? And just like digital music is 1,000,000 times better than physical music, okay? Or a digital map, a paper map is 1,000,000 times better than a paper map. A digital map is 1,000,000 times better than a paper map. Like, look at a paper map. A paper map tells you where to go. Now, I'll get into Bitcoin a little bit deeper in a second, because I want to educate some of you guys on Bitcoin. But a paper map will tell you where to go. What will a digital map do? Oh, it'll do the same, Dinny. Sure, it's just a digital version of that. Alright, yeah. But a paper map, you have to look where to go. A digital map will tell you where to go. Okay? Not only that, it'll tell you if the places are open or not. Not only that, it'll tell you if it's even worth going, what the reviews are. And I suppose, given enough time, the digital map is going to plug into your car, and your car's just going to drive you there. So that's the difference between paper, a piece of paper, an old rag you hold in your hand, and a digital map. We go from having to look at the thing with your finger to sitting your ass in the car and it taking you there, provided it's a place you want to go and has good reviews and is open. You know, so 1,000,000 times better. Would that be fair? 100,000 is 1,000,000 exaggeration. So Bitcoin is orders of magnitude better than physical gold. Everything that physical gold does, Jesus on lads, hold on now, hey, that doesn't really help us. Everything that physical gold does, Bitcoin does 1,000,000 times better. Alright? Now, why Bitcoin is binary and why Bitcoin only goes up? Bitcoin is a money that's designed to go up in value over the Bitcoin is a money that's going up in value. I'm laughing on the comments. That's designed to go up in value over time. Alright? Now, how this happens is Bitcoin has what is called ultimate scarcity. Okay? Or absolute scarcity, as Colin said to me in the podcast. That's a really good podcast. I'm looking forward to bringing it out with you guys. Hopefully I'll get it out this week. I just need to edit it. Alright? So Bitcoin is programmed to get scarcer. Every 4 years, Bitcoin becomes more scarce. How much more scarce, Dinny? It becomes twice as scarce every 4 years. Alright? Now remember, all humans, what we do is, we're just searching to survive. And once we became civilized, okay, and we operate in communities, now we have to search for scarcity All humans are searching for scarcity. You are. You don't even know it, but you are. Okay? Because we all are. We have to. Once humans become civilized and we live in communities, then scarcity becomes one of our primary focuses. Okay? Survival and scarcity. Alright? Now, what is scarcity? Scarcity is anywhere you can protect and store your value. Most uneducated people, as I was when I was poor, who don't understand money, they believe that owning money, that money is scarce, because money used to be scarce. Okay, so we store our value in money. You know, we work, we exchange our time for money. We get that money, we put it in the bank, we save it there. Wealthy people understand that that's not the best way to do it, because you're not saving something that's scarce. You're saving in something that's abundant, and that central bankers are printing. And every year they print billions of them. Okay, sometimes trillions in a year. As what happened in the last couple of years, we printed, I don't know what was it, 6 trillion or something crazy, and that's why the cost of living has gone through the roof, and will never return. Okay, so we're all looking for a vehicle, a scarce vehicle, where we can just save our time, because we exchange our time for this vehicle called money, and we're looking for something to put it into that will keep the money, keep the energy. Okay, and that's where Bitcoin comes in, because it's not the scarcest thing on the planet at the moment. Gold is. But next year Bitcoin takes over and becomes the scarcest thing on the planet. And then every 4 years after that, it gets twice as scarce. For how long, Dinny? For the rest of my life, guys. And yours. Okay? So yes, you've seen Bitcoin rally and pump. You ain't seen nothing yet. This happens every 4 years. Okay? That's why I say it's binary. It either works or it doesn't work. Something breaks in Bitcoin. Okay? It hasn't broken yet. There's huge capital working on Bitcoin. Alright? And people say, oh, Bitcoin's just going to go away. Let me address that for a second. Bitcoin's network is the largest supercomputer on the planet. Okay? Now get this into your head. Think of this, guys. The largest supercomputer. That means it's more powerful than anything that Google has. How much more powerful, Dinny? 200 million times more powerful. That's how powerful this computer is. How does it achieve that? Because it gets computers, massive computers, and small ones. Doesn't matter. You can become a miner with one A6 miner, or you can become a miner with 10,000 A6 miners. Okay, but it networks them all together, it links them all together, and it creates this supercomputer that's 200 million times more powerful than any other computer on the planet. Okay, so what's the footprint of that? Imagine how many warehouses all over the world, the square footage of that footprint, the physicality of that. It's absolutely massive, and that's why, you know, Bitcoin is not this thing that's just going to disappear. There's hundreds of millions, there's billions in Bitcoin mining, infrastructure, hardware, capital, okay, human capital, alright? Let's talk about human capital for a second. Every other week you see a CEO from a legacy bank saying, I'm leaving JP Morgan, whatever bank, Morgan Chase, I'm going to work for Coinbase, Kraken. There's human capital, talent migrating into this space. This isn't going anywhere, alright? So that means you've the smartest people in the industry, of finance, of computer tech, of fintech, working on this thing. Alright, so there's a good chance it succeeds because there's a lot of smart people working on it, and every year more come. Alright, so as I say, it's binary. If Bitcoin works, it's something that's going to go up forever. Therefore, it's a really good idea to own some. Okay, or to think of it like a pension. And if you need help to set it up like that, check out cryptowithdinny.com. And by the way, I said I'd give you 25 bucks for free. Anyone who's brand new and you're watching this, go onto my website, cryptowithdinny.com. Very homepage, stick in your name, email, for my 5 free things to know before you buy Bitcoin, and lo and behold, you'll get an email in about 2 days time, 3 days time, with a link to sign up to an exchange, and you'll get 25 bucks for free in their token, which you can then swap for Bitcoin. That's what I do. Now, is it worth holding other digital assets? Yes, maybe, but there's much more risk in them, and it's much more difficult to understand them. I always teach people, start with Bitcoin, try and understand Bitcoin. You know, Bitcoin takes a good bit to understand, but deeply understand it, because, and I'll just talk for a moment, and guys, hit the like button if you like this stuff, but, because it's good to have a good crew on here. Oh, Jesus, hit a bump there, the old bike. She's doing jumps before we get to the track. Someone just mentioned, I might pull in here because I'm a bit early. I don't need to be pulling up at my mate's gaff too early, and I'm shouting and roaring in the car. I'm alright, actually, I'm on time. Someone mentioned the 700 billion inflation reduction bill. So, yeah, anyone with half a clue of how the money system works, if you print 700 billion to tackle inflation, you're going to cause more inflation. It's just like they put the name on it to fool people, because most people have not got a clue how money works. And that's why most people, they don't have any of their time. They have to work all the time, and they don't get their own time, and they don't get to experience this. nature, beautifulness, outdoor time, time with their family. It's criminal, like, and that's why I'm passionate about teaching people. Listen, people give me stick all the time. They say, you know, are you not just a personal trainer? You know, as if like, you know, I'm a nothing. I'm only a personal trainer. Sure, what qualifications have I? I don't. I've no right to tell people how to do anything. I'm only a personal trainer. And I say to people, yeah, lads, I am just a personal trainer. That's what I qualified at. I also qualified as an apprentice years ago. And I was one of the top apprentices ever because I got merits in every single exam for 4 years and no one had ever done that, all practicals and all the theories. But that's beside the point. Alright, I don't blow my own trumpet. I just say I'm just a pleb. Okay, I have no financial education, but I figured this stuff out and I learned to free myself from the machine that traps you for 67 or whatever it's going to be when you get there, 70, 75 years to retirement. I freed myself from that machine by learning it, and I'm passionate about teaching other people about it. Okay, so there are my qualifications. My qualification is passion. Alright, so Bitcoin is just binary, and let's just say, I'll talk a little bit about Bitcoin scarcity. At the moment, there's 6 Bitcoins created every 10 minutes. Okay, bam, bam, bam. Let's just say I'm a crypto exchange and I have 6 Bitcoins. Look, I have one with me. There's one. Okay, look, one on the shelf, and I've 3 more. Imagine the last are Bitcoins, or I have 6 more. So I have 6 Bitcoins. I'm an exchange, so I buy the Bitcoin from the miners and I sell the Bitcoin to retail people. Now I know it's more complex than that, but I'm making it simple. This is Dindy Science, just to help people understand. Okay, 6 people come into my van, which is the exchange today, alright, and they buy the 6 Bitcoin. There you go, all of them are gone, bam, bam, bam. Bitcoin's price stays the same. Right, next 10 minutes I get 6 Bitcoin, bam, 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 I sell them, price stays the same. In 2024, this is why you got to get your head around this before then, well before then, because the market's going to front run it. Alright, 6 lads are going to come into my exchange, my van. I normally say this is my office, alright, and there's only going to be 3 Bitcoin, 1, 2, 3 of them. And they're going to be scratching their head going, I want one, I want one, I want one. Because if the buyers remain the same and the supply is halved, well, now there's a problem, because there's more demand than there is supply. Now, if you've any experience of that in 2008 or 2006 or even the early 2000s, when there's more demand than there is supply, what do? We built loads of houses, loads of them, so much houses that we had too many then. And then what happened? The whole market crashed. Alright, but with Bitcoin there's a problem. I'll ring up the Bitcoin miners, because I don't understand how Bitcoin works. I'll pretend, okay, and I'll be like, lads, you need to send me 6 again. I need 6 again instead of 3. 3 is not enough. There's more I've 6 lads here and I've only 3 Bitcoin. Come on, send me more. And they're going to ring me back and go, Dinny, do you not understand how Bitcoin works? It's finite. We can't create any more. Even if you mine it and everyone on the planet mines it and all your followers mines it, there's not going to be any more than 21 million, and we can't make them any faster. There's 3 every 10 minutes now for the next 4 years. That's all we can do. And they'll hang up and they'll just shake their head and go, hasn't a clue, that lad. Alright? But this is how it works. And then another 4 years, there'll be 1.5 Bitcoin every 10 minutes. And in another 4 years, there'll be 0.75, under 0.75 of a Bitcoin every 10 minutes for the world to argue over. Now, right now, someone who's been saving a few quid, living below your means, could go out there and buy 0.75 of a Bitcoin. You know, it'll cost you about 17 grand. But, you know, if you've been living below your means, you might have 17 grand saved. I don't believe that's going to be able to happen in a couple of years' time when you're taking that one piece of Bitcoin that's available for the whole world to argue over. It's just not going to be possible, because it's binary. It's not going to be 17 grand. It's going to be a hell of a lot more, guys. Okay? You know, not guaranteed, not financial advice, just when you understand scarcity. As scarcity is value. And let me give you a little analogy on this to help you understand that. Let's say I'm in Galway, alright? And I'm a really good barber. I'm savage, okay? And I'm the only barber in Galway. And I've got this massive barber shop. It's absolutely huge. What's the value of my business? Well, 1, it's scarce, because I'm the only barber in Galway, okay? Alright? Well, what's the value of my business? Insane value in my business. What happens if 100 lads come in and set up the exact same as me, and they're really good? Now my business is diluted by 100. That's how your fiat money, that's how your euros go down in value. Okay, but beside the point. So you're understanding, when something is scarce, it's more valuable. When something is abundant, it's less valuable. We're all searching for scarcity, whether we're starting business or working in our jobs, okay? We're searching for survival and love and scarcity. That's all we need, okay, for a good life. And Bitcoin's programmed to get scarcer and scarcer and scarcer and scarcer. But it's digital, I can't hold it in my hand. That doesn't matter. Your music is digital and you can't hold it in your hand, okay? The irony is, though, the invention of Bitcoin is money that you can own. So you actually can hold Bitcoin in your hand. Now, I will share a thing on my story of Barclays Bank in England just saying, sorry lads, new rules, we're not going to give you your cash unless you tell us exactly what you want to do for it, and if the explanation isn't really transparent and makes sense to us, then we won't be able to give it to you for amounts up to £2,000. So you won't even be able to get £2,000 now unless you can tell them exactly what you want to buy it for. Crazy stuff. See, the thing is, when you put your money in the bank becomes the legal owner of your money. When you buy Bitcoin, you're the legal owner of it, okay? You can custody it, you have it, it's yours, it's the strongest property rights of any property on the planet. No one understands this yet. This is the situation, this is the opportunity. I hope you educate yourself. If you'd like to learn more, jump on Thursday. I'll be doing a free Bitcoin Basics. I've been doing this for 3 years now, every single week. Free Bitcoin Basics. For all my haters, I do this free every single week. Full disclosure, I have paid products, but I do this free every single week. Bitcoin Basics Workshop. It's at 7 p.m. You can get a ticket on CryptoWithDinny.com. I'd love to see you there. It's not a recorded thing like any of this other nonsense you go to, you know, these mad ad things. It's me there, wasting my own voice, wasting my own time, because I'm passionate about this thing, because it's had an amazing effect on my life, and I know it has an amazing effect on your life if you're prepared to understand it, as a lot of the Crypto with Dinny community have done. They've done the work, they're here, they support the channel, they like, they click in, and they learn little bits, but they're so much more educated. You know, and I applaud anyone who's done that. Fair play to you. Anyway, I'm going to have to jump off because now I will be late. I'm going to motocross and have a super amazing day. Understand Bitcoin, it's probably going to be the best thing you ever do. It's binary, it either works or it doesn't work. That's why you don't put all your money into it, okay? But having no money in it is foolish. Dinny out.